Hey there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your May Mega Deck reading. This is Mega Deck right here. It is a combination of the Sacred Shaman Oracle, the Shaman's Dream Oracle, and the Good Tarot, and we are just going to see what comes up for you. You have the Mystical Shaman as your first card. You also have this Overflow card. It says Overwhelm and Plenty, and then you have the Child here as well. I feel really good about this first row. I feel like that Overflow card is saying you're going to be overflowing with like joy and abundance at this time. So I feel like there is a lot of abundance coming in for you. It does say overwhelm, but I kind of feel like this could be choices that you have. So you could have a lot of like, sometimes I think we, our abundance increases and then we kind of like go on a spending spree, right? So I feel like this is saying like, make sure you do things in balance. Like if you're, some of you, I feel there could be like just more money coming in. For others, it could be like a bonus or a raise I'm getting here. And I'm pretty sure I said this to you recently as well. So if you're getting a bonus, a raise, a promotion, you might want to just put a little bit to the side. But overall, I feel like this is a very good reading. And I feel like this overwhelm card is kind of saying good things are coming in for you. And I also feel with this child card that it's a good time for new beginnings. And you literally go from the child to up to this moon maiden, which says new beginnings on it. So the child in this deck kind of represents, joy, happiness, but also kind of like focusing on new beginnings or having a new beginning in your life. So anything new that you want to start, I think would be, it would be a good time to start thinking about that. I also feel that it is just a time to enjoy yourself. I feel like the universe wants you to take some time to enjoy the things that are going on around you. This looks like an improvement reading to me, like there's some sort of improvement going on here, which we actually see here. You have 6 of Swords, 3 of Cups to this rattle. It's like this right here is like a celebration, moving on to calmer shores, but it's also kind of like, healing or, having some sort of celebration or moving on to calmer shores. So I kind of see that here. You have the Mystical Shaman. I kind of feel like you are more able to tap into your spiritual side at this time. It's almost like I see you kind of like seeing the future, and, don't doubt that is what I would say. You might have I kind of get this feeling here that you might have some of those like fleeting moments where you have like one of those, like a fleeting, kind of like intuitive idea or an intuitive hit, and you might discount it. But I feel like this is saying you're actually very intuitive at this time, and I kind of feel like your intuition could be guiding you towards something here. So let's see what we get if we look into this. With the Mystical Shaman, are you kidding? You have the 10 of Pentacles, so definitely leading you towards success and abundance. 10 of Pentacles like the Tree of Life, normally on a traditional 10 of Pentacles. So it can represent like leaving a legacy, getting an inheritance, or kind of, building something long term. And I really feel that's what you're focused on here with the 10 of Pentacles and everything else that's going on here. It's like there's a change in the wind. You have this wind card, and I feel like there's some sort of change in the wind. It's kind of interesting as well that you have this boat with these sails, and it's almost like the change in the wind is getting you moving forward. For some of you, I'm wondering if there's been no wind in your sails. It's like there's been nothing to carry you forward, but it's like now there is. Now there's like something that's pushing you or guiding you towards your 10 of Pentacles. With the Overflow card, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yes, Queen of Pentacles, literally the card of being resourceful. So like I said, don't go spending all this, if you're making more money or whatever's going on here, don't go wasting all the money. Again, Queen of Pentacles, she's very resourceful. She makes sure that she doesn't like spend all her money and things like that. So she kind of makes sure to save some of it. So definitely a good idea. The other thing I would say is that she is resourceful. So she doesn't think like, how can I spend money? She thinks like, how can I use my resources to get the things that I want? So, I've been saying all year that even if you have $1 billion in the bank account, I wouldn't be spending it like crazy, right? I would be making sure to save some of it or put some aside, just because you never know. You never know. That's why. With the Child, you have the Page of Wands. I do feel there could be a new direction that you are very attracted to. The Page of Wands, he really is kind of guided by his desire. And what I mean by that is like he desires to do something, so he does it. He wants to do something, and so he goes and moves in that direction. He doesn't really necessarily like think about it. He just moves towards the things that he desires to do. And I kind of feel a lot of you could be doing that, where it's like you're following your, he's very enthusiastic about a new beginning as well. So if you're feeling enthusiastic about something, I kind of feel this is saying like move in the direction of enthusiasm, curiosity, which you see over here as well, because that's where all the success is going to come from. Next, you have the Six of Swords, moving on to calmer shores for sure, but really I was getting with that wind card that maybe you've been kind of like stuck in stagnant seas. It's almost like the wind has been maybe at your front. It hasn't been at your back. It's almost like maybe you've been trying to make progress for a very long time, and it's like you're pushing through resistance, like moving through quicksand, right? And that's kind of like the feeling that I get here from your reading. And the good news is I feel like that is finally changing. I feel like you feel like you have the wind in your sails, like you are being guided or pushed forward from the universe. And, I feel like any good pirate ship has a bunch of pirates on it. You have the Three of Cups here. Three of Cups, it would represent teamwork. So there could be like people, places, and things, coming into your life to help guide you and push you forward. It's like you can't steer that ship on your own. So I feel for a lot of you, there could be a lot of like people at this time that are trying to help guide you. And I would, allow that to happen. Again, with the wind card, I feel like there's finally some wind in your sails. I also get this feeling that you're much more focused as well, which also, I feel like you're not sending so many conflicting vibes out to the universe. I feel like you're sending more focused vibrations, which is obviously going to let things come into your life. It's like, I talk to people all the time that say like, oh, I want love, but everybody cheats or whatever. I'm like, well, you're sending conflicting vibes to the universe. Or they say I want money, but they have money blocks. It's almost like you've maybe done a lot of work like on those things, which we see right here with the Strength card. The Strength card, she is normally taming that lion. And, that lion is normally submitting to her on a traditional Strength card. And it's something that she has to work on every single day. She has to, it really represents her inner beast, her inner voice, her inner critic. And she has to tame that lion every single day. So I really feel you have been kind of like doing the work to make this happen. I feel like you have been doing the work to, kind of like tame that inner voice that says you can't do something or you can't have something or whatever the case may be, right? And you've been doing the work on yourself. So let's see where this is going. With the Six of Swords, you have the Lovers. Could be heading towards love, but I also feel this could be a choice. On the Six of Swords, traditionally, the woman and the child in the boat, they have nothing but the clothing on their back. It kind of represents that they have left everything behind. They're having a completely fresh start. They are completely starting over. So for a lot of you, I don't necessarily think you're starting over, but you could feel like you're starting over. But I feel like you need to realize that you're starting from a place of experience. So if you're starting like a new job, if you're starting like a new business, I feel like, again, that you need to realize that you are starting from a place of experience. You're not really starting over here. I also do feel that there could be love coming in for you. I don't really see any signs. It could be another fire sign or earth sign is what I'm getting so far. But, it's kind of like you go down to this rattle card, which could represent, communication coming in or a person who wants to communicate with you. So, it could be a person, who is communicating with you or wants to talk to you or whatever. So I kind of do get that vibe. With the Wind card, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is about taking the lead and kind of taking control of your life. So I feel like you are taking the lead at this time. He normally has the whole world in his hands. And I feel like, I feel that. He's the thing about the Two of Wands is normally he has that wand behind him. He's reaching forward to that wand in front of him. He's got the whole world in his hands. The wand behind him kind of represents something that is complete from his past. I think it's funny that you have the child, which is like, obviously if you're watching this video, you're probably not a child any longer. And, I feel like for a lot of you, you have to like leave some sort of comfort zone to have this new beginning. So wherever you want a new beginning, the Two of Wands can represent a new beginning. I think wherever you want a new beginning, it would be a good idea for you to kind of like take some sort of risk. Again, with the Two of Wands, the risk that he has to take is he has to leave a comfort zone. There's normally that village in the bottom kind of corner of the Two of Wands. And, that is his comfort zone. The castle that he is standing on top of is his comfort zone. He also thinks there's nothing more for him to accomplish, but there's like a lot more that he could accomplish. He just has to kind of expand his horizons. And I kind of see you doing that here, Sagittarius. With the Strength card, You have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. I kind of just feel like you are in work hard, play hard mode. I'm not really getting anything, I'm not really getting anything off of this card. I think it's probably working for you if you happen to be working hard and playing hard. As long as you're balancing the energies out, I feel like things are actually probably working really well for you. So, I love this energy. I think it's really good. Next, you have this Moon Maiden card. It says New Beginnings. I kind of have a feeling this is like the most important card here for you. So I kind of feel there's like some sort of new beginning or a new fresh start coming in for you in some area of your life. I feel for a lot of you that you're having like these big dreams as well. Literally, I feel like you are having dreams about things. What's weird that's popping into my head is the other night I had a dream. I don't really remember what it was about, but it's like I wasn't normally my dreams. I think for the most part we just dream about like whatever we did during the day. It's like our brain is processing the stuff we went through. But I had a dream the other night that was like not connected to anything. It was like a very alien dream. It was very out there and very not connected to anything, right? And I literally feel that could be happening to you, where it's like you're having dreams where you can't connect it to anything that you did during the day or anything that's happened during the day. I don't know, it's weird that's popping into my head. I feel like either you should write those dreams down or that you should pay close attention to them, because I feel like they're kind of like guiding you in a direction. You could even be having a dream with a stranger. It's like, for the most part, I think we dream of strangers, right? But it's like you always associate the stranger with a person that you actually know in your dreams, right? But I feel like you could be like dreaming of people where you're like, this person's a stranger. I don't know this person. So I don't know, popping into my head. I feel like you need to pay attention to that. You have the Three of Cups here. I have the words new friends popping into my head. So I think it's an amazing time for you to be social, Sagittarius. If you're making new friends, I feel there could be a lot of, just benefits and happiness coming in through through new friends. And so I would definitely do that. I also feel that for whatever reason, I am getting love here. It's like some sort of reunion. It's kind of interesting. I don't feel third party or anything like that. You do have the Three of Swords below it. Maybe you're still thinking about a past person here. It could also be that you're attracting a person who has thought of a past person. Although I kind of feel intuitively that when they meet you, that's it. They're like, oh, this is my person. But it's kind of weird that it's showing up as Three Cups and it's popping into my head as weird, which is just making it more weird. I'm trying to clarify it in my head right now, but it could just be like a past life connection, or maybe you feel like maybe you dream about this person, you actually meet him in real life. I don't know. There could be some sort of weird connection here. You have the Three of Swords. Definitely, I feel like you kind of have maybe, I really feel this is more talking about healing, honestly, because you have the Strength card here. Maybe you've been burying yourself in work with the Two of Pentacles, and, I kind of feel like this says rattle, but it's almost like you're beating the drum. It's almost like you're very focused on work or things that you're creating in your life, and I think that's a good thing. So I'm not too worried about it necessarily, but I feel like going through healing would be a good thing. This Three of Swords is kind of interesting because it's kind of hard to see, but there's like two birds over here, and then there's a bird on her shoulder. It's almost like after maybe someone left you for someone else or something, and I feel like you're actually attracting someone who has your back. Something like that. I don't know. It's popping into my head. With the Moon, the new beginnings, you have the Six of Pentacles. Any new beginning that we enter into, we have to experiment, plain and simple. Nothing is going to work how we think it's going to work. That's just the name of the game right now. So I keep telling people, if you're starting something new, just try a bunch of ideas and then double down on the things that work. And then, I keep saying like 80-20 rule, right? But it's like my 80-20 rule, which is 80% of the time do what works, 20% of the time experiment. You'll find things that work really, really well. You'll find things that don't work at all. And so it's definitely something to think about. Reminds me, just look at my channel. I experiment all the time. Like, I did the Pluto and Aquarius readings, the next 20-year readings. They did terrible. People thought they were a horrible idea, right? For whatever reason, it didn't work. But there are other ideas, like this mega deck idea that I'm doing has actually worked pretty well. So it's like, I'm constantly experimenting. And again, it's changed my life. So that's why I talk about it all the time. With the Three of Cups, you have the Page of Cups. I told you. I knew this was new love. This person might be equivalent. Sorry, that didn't work at all. This person might be equivalent to like three people. I kind of feel this is like the type of person who has a ton of energy. It's like they really have more than enough to give. They're not giving from empty cups, right? And so I feel like they're very giving. I feel like they can do a lot in life as well. I mean, literally, they might work harder than you, and a lot harder. You might be surprised at how much this person can do. So I don't know. It kind of seems like a real one for you here, Sagittarius. With the Three of Swords, you have the Ten of Swords. Yes, something is dead, done, over with from the past here for sure. I feel like you've healed from it, though, right here. I don't even think you're really thinking about it for the most part. Mercury retrograde right now, so you might have those moments where you think about it. You might have those moments from time to time where you kind of start to dream or daydream about it. But for the most part, I feel like the Ten of Swords is really saying you see it as dead, done, over with. So it's almost not even worth mentioning. Next, you have this rainbow card. You also have the Stranger. It says curiosity. Really, I feel this week, pretty much everyone, or I should say for this month of May, it's like people seem to be very kind of like attracted to new ideas or things that are more like enthusiasm. You have the Page of Wands here. So what's the problem here? The problem is if you're enthusiastic about beetles, like playing with beetles in your backyard, it's like, how the hell is that going to pay the bills? How is that going to attract a person into your life? Like, if you tell a person, I like playing with beetles in my backyard, they're probably going to look at you like you're crazy. So, it's like one of those things. How can we fit our crazy ass ideas into life? How can we follow our bliss? This rainbow card is kind of like about following your joy or your bliss, or following things that make you happy. And how can you kind of like indulge your curiosities without people being like, what the hell is wrong with you, right? So I don't know. I can't answer that question for you. You're going to have to find a way to make it fit. But as I always say, to people, it's like, if that's what you're truly into, I think when we're passionate about something, it doesn't matter if it's beetles in your backyard, you're going to find other people who are also passionate, or you're going to attract a person who is also passionate, right? Most people are boring. So it's like, if people think that you're weird for playing with beetles, it's because they probably have a job where they drive 2 hours in traffic both ways. They probably watch the same sports team every single Sunday on TV. It's like, do you really want that? Do you really want someone who's like, oh, I do all this stuff like every other single white person that exists on Earth, right? Probably not. You probably want something that's more exciting, more enjoyable, more, not so leave it to Beaver, right? I feel like you want something that's more exciting here. That's like the vibe I get. You have the Six of Pentacles. Again, more experimentation. Anything you could do to, experiment, I'm a big fan of. I'm literally starting a whole new channel all about experimentation. So, that's how important it is with Pluto and Aquarius, and that's pretty much what I would do here. I feel like there's just so much abundance coming in for you right now, Sagittarius, that it just looks really good. And if you're not experiencing abundance, I would pay attention to cause and effect. Like, you put energy into work, are you getting something out of it, or how can you increase that? You have this rattle card. I'm getting something about communication here. I'm actually going to pull this card right here. What is this communication? Well, there you go. 10 of Cups, fortune after difficulty. I don't know what is going on with this today, but it does not want to cooperate. There we go. So, I feel like there could be communication from a person in love with the 10 of Cups. It could also just be joy, happiness, and abundance that's coming in for you with the 10 of Cups, because 10 of Cups is like fortune after difficulty. So there could be some like improvements coming in for you, and you could be getting communication. What's this card as well? Yeah, 8 of Wands, communication. It's funny when they basically just say the same thing. There's clearly some sort of good news coming in for you here, Sag, I'm getting, or like communication from a person. Could be a person you're interested in. I kind of also have that feeling of something actually working out. Sometimes I think we come up with an idea, like on work or business, and it doesn't work how we want it to, but it's like actually something working out in your favor. With the Rainbow and the Stranger, that Curiosity card, you have the 7 of Pentacles. I kind of feel like we need to go with the flow right now. Like, you could have some ideas for like a new direction in your life. And, 7 of Pentacles is a change in direction. So don't be afraid to change. With the 6 of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands is like an adventure, and, very adventurous reading. Remember, we were talking about that 6 of Swords is like there's wind in your sails. I feel like you should be taking advantage of the momentum. Like, if something is working really well, I would be doubling down on the things that work for you this month, whatever it is. It could be love, could be money, could be spirituality, whatever it is. I would double down on it, because it seems to me like those adventures are what's going to be successful. With the 8 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, and the rattle, you have the 10 of Wands here. I feel like I have a very weird message popping into my head. I feel like you are seeing the connection between things. What I mean by that is, it's like if you improve your health, maybe you start making more money, or maybe you improve your finances and you find love. It's like I feel like you're starting to notice like cleaning up your vibration, or I don't know. Those are the words that I'm getting. I know that's not what the 10 of Wands means, but I read intuitively, and that's what I'm getting here. Is it's like you're noticing that I get this cleanup energy where it's almost like you're noticing that one area of your life is connected to another, and that could be what you're doubling down on. Maybe you're like, I don't even have to focus on on love if I focus on my health, or I don't even have to focus on my health if I focus on having a solid relationship or my money or whatever. Very weird, but I like that. I don't know, that's a good message. We're going to pull 5 main themes. You have this power card. You are definitely gaining power and abundance at this time. So I feel like you're kind of like stepping into a powerful position here, Sagittarius. You have this discrimination card. This is like a card of being able to tell the difference between like something that's for you and something that isn't for you. It's not like discrimination like we think of it. It's like just discernment, being able to tell like what's right, what's wrong, and picking good situations. You have the 6 of Pentacles twice. So 6 of Pentacles is definitely like weighing up options and being able to tell the difference between, something that's going to work and something that isn't. You have this resistance card. Everybody's feeling resistance right now. Mercury retrograde. So, whatever you can do to remove resistance or charge through resistance, that's where success is going to be. One of my favorite books of all time, The War of Art, says, like, we experience the most resistance when we are getting closest to our goal. So you might be experiencing things not working out, but actually you're very close to your goal. So don't give up is what that's saying to me. You have this risk card. I do feel like some of you could be taking a risk in love. We actually go down to this communication here from the Lovers. So I'm wondering, you could be communicating with a person, could be a risk, or someone could be taking a risk on you. And finally, you have this escape card. Work hard, play hard, 2 of Pentacles. It's coming up as 2 of Pentacles in my head. So you have the 2 of Pentacles here. I feel like if you're working hard, maybe you need to escape and go on a vacation or, do something you enjoy. So this looks really good, Sagittarius. I like it. So thank you for being here, Sag, and definitely enjoy your week.